In today's class, we are going to discuss about the qualitative analysis of known carbohydrate number one, that is glucose. So glucose is a 6 carbon containing monosaccharide, and when you're going to do the practical qualitative analysis, let us see how we get the results. So these are all the basic points to remember, which we have already discussed it in the previous video. So I just suggest all of you go back to the previous video and check these points to remember, since I'll be getting back to the practical aspect of it in the next slide. So these are the list of tests which are applied for the qualitative analysis of carbohydrates, and particularly for reducing sugars. And for non-reducing sugars, we follow a different procedure, which I will let you know when we come across the non-reducing sugars. So for reducing sugars, what are all the tests that have to be performed? One, solubility test. Number two, Malicious test. Number three, iodine test. Number four, Barfoed's test. Number 5, Benedict's test. Number 6, Felling's test. Number 7, Bayal's test. Number 8, Selivanov's test. Number 9, phenylhydrazine test. And number 10, it is the hydrolysis procedure. As I told you earlier, it is for the non-reducing sugars. So the first test is the solubility test. So solubility of the substance was noted in water. So if the substance is soluble in water, then it indicates the absence of polysaccharides. But we say that glucose is a monosaccharide, and that we have to find out by using the testing protocol. So number 2, it is the malicious test. So to 2 ml of the given solution, add a drop of 10% alpha naphthol in alcohol, and followed by the addition of concentrated sulfuric acid along the sides of the test tube, so that it forms a layer at the bottom. So a violet color ring is formed at the junction of the liquid. So that shows the presence of carbohydrates. So when we get a violet color, it confirms that glucose is a carbohydrate. And next test is the iodine test. To 2 ml of the given sugar solution, 2 drops of the HCl is added, followed by the addition of 1 ml of iodine solution. If no characteristic reaction is observed, that means it is the absence of polysaccharides. Barfoed's test. To 2 ml of the given sugar solution, added 2 ml of the Barfoed's reagent and heated in a boiling water bath for 3 minutes and allowed it to stand for 5 minutes. So if we get a brick red colored precipitate, which is formed like a big dot at the bottom of the test tube, you can see it in the diagram here in the picture which I have attached. So that confirms the presence of monosaccharides. And Benedict's test. To 3 ml of the Benedict's reagent, 8 drops of the sugar solution is added and heated in a boiling water bath for 2 minutes. So if the color changes from blue to green to yellow to orange to red, then that shows the presence of carbohydrates. Then why so many different colors? So as we said, it is a qualitative analysis. Depending upon the concentration of the sugar, the color is bound to change. But whatever it is, if the color changes from blue to green to yellow to orange to red, that shows the presence of reducing sugars. So Felling's test. To 2 ml of the given sugar solution, 1 ml of Felling's A and 1 ml of Felling's B solution are added, and they are heated in a boiling water bath. So if a reddish brown precipitate is formed, then that shows the presence of the reducing sugar. So Bayal's test. To a given solution, added 2 ml of the Bayal's reagent and heated in a boiling water bath. No characteristic reaction is observed. That shows the absence of pentose. That is, the known carbohydrate that we are analyzing, that is glucose, is not a pentose. And then Selivanov's test. To 3 ml of the Selivanov's reagent, 1 ml of the given sugar solution is added and heated in a boiling water bath just for 30 seconds, 30 seconds, half a minute. So no characteristic reaction is observed. So that shows the absence of ketose. So here, what is the conclusion that we arrive at? Glucose is not a ketose, because the functional group in glucose is an aldehyde group and not a keto group. This test shows negative for glucose. So glucose is not a ketose. And phenylhydrazine test. So for most of the sugars which have like overlapping, kind like if you look in, fructose is also a hexose and glucose is also a hexose. Okay, so phenylhydrazine test gives beautiful crystals with the carbohydrates for different times, different time uh, duration, and based on which we can confirm whether a particular carbohydrate is present or not. Like how to perform this experiment: to 1 ml of the given sugar solution, added 0.2 ml of glacial acetic acid and 1 ml of phenyl hydrogen reagent, and the time taken for the crystal formation is noted, and the crystals are observed under the microscope. So yellow needle-shaped crystals, which are called as the glucose zone, are formed within 10 minutes. That confirms the presence of glucose. So after doing all this analysis, we have to report the sugar. So how do you report for a glucose? The given known carbohydrate was qualitatively analyzed and reported as monosaccharide, reducing sugar, glucose. So this is how you will be writing it in your observation also. So you have to give the heading, and I've given all the three columns, isn't it? Experiment, observation, inference. You just note down them in your observation notebook, and finally you give this report also. So next class we'll be discussing about the qualitative analysis of the known carbohydrate fructose.